Today we have the agenda as usual to talk about the market by the numbers. We're going to talk an update on the interest rates, down of the week, what you can get for your money, and lastly, opportunity knocks. So to start with the market by the numbers, let me tell you that the inventory is coming down in Orange County a little bit week after week. We don't see the same trend in Riverside County and Los Angeles County. San Bernardino this week, the inventory went down a little bit, but the decrease is not coming so accelerated as we expected. And one of the reasons for that is the interest rates. So we're going to talk about interest rates in a moment. So the numbers today, for Orange County, there are 3,625 homes available for sale. Some of the cities that we track have less homes on the market, like the city of Irvine, that keep their decreasing inventory after week after week. We saw Newport Beach also coming down for a few weeks now, coming down the numbers of available homes on the market. Also, the city of Orange, the city of Laguna Hills. However, there are other cities that they keep adding homes on the market. We're not talking about hundreds of homes on the market. We're adding a few homes on the market, like the city of Anaheim, the city of Huntington Beach, city of Santa Ana, city of Yorba Linda. And other ones are remaining stable. So basically, they keep the same number of homes, or one more or one less than the last few weeks, like Anaheim Hills, Coro de Casa, Fullerton, Lake Forest, Mission Viejo, North Tustin, Placentia. So overall, you can see it depends on the area. The inventory is going a little bit up, a little bit down, or remaining stable. However, if we move to Riverside County, the inventory went up this week by 149 homes. That's the biggest jump that we have seen. So they are closer to 6,400 homes now on the market. It's a big county. And also the inventory went up in Los Angeles County, that it went up close to 93 homes on the market. San Bernardino, however, lost some homes on the market, so it means that they sold. Why we're seeing this atypical increase on the market? One is interest rates. Homes are staying longer on the market. Is that a concern? Well, what I can tell you is, like, this is not 2007. This is not the Great Recession where we saw homes staying for hundreds of days on the market. In 2007 was more than 400 days on the market for a home to sell. Today we're talking less than 90 days on the market. And it depends on the type of home, on the pricing, on the condition. So we always repeat the same thing. It's like, as a seller, get your home ready for sale. Don't put it on the market as is, unless it's a distress sale that Martin is going to talk a little bit about that, or it is a home that is a trust or a probate that sometimes they don't have the resources to do some minor things. We're not talking about a full rehab. We're talking about paint what needs to be painted, repair anything that they are obvious that they need repair. So prepare your home for sale. Do your homework. Is this good news for the buyers? Yes, it's good news for the buyers, because there are more homes on the market to pick from that we had at the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, in this hype, buyers were paying whatever, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in areas that the prices were not there, $50,000, $30,000. It was insane. They were paying whatever price. They were waiving almost every single contingency. Now we're in a normal market. We call this a normal market. A normal market where there are opportunities for the buyers to look at homes and have the opportunity to even revisit the home and see, compare. And of course, because we talk about inventory levels, they may need to go to different neighborhoods in one city or neighboring cities to find their right home. But in this market, you can do that. You are going to talk about, oh, well, Laura, have you seen the interest rates? Well, everything has a price, right? But if you still can afford the house today, there is nothing better than the dream of home ownership. We're going to talk about interest rates in a minute, but I want to introduce Martin because I have a big question for him. And I know that he has been following the numbers because people are like, oh, inflation is too high, everything. Is the housing market is going to crash? Are we going to be flooded with foreclosures? What is going to happen? Is everybody leaving California? So what is going to happen? Martin, can you address that question?
Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm going to try to answer it. I'm going to give you a lot of numbers out there. I've heard a lot of doom and gloom, and everything is going to fall. The sky's going to fall. We're going to have a ton of foreclosures, and we're going to have a lot of opportunity. Probably we are, but not to the level that everybody's talking about. But before we go there, let me just say that if you're talking about the houses, they went up so high and they're going to come down. For the truck people that out there, my contractors, let me ask you, the average Toyota Tundra is averaging about $48,000. The average Ford and Dodge Ram is above that. I mean, there are some Dodge TRXs for $150,000 plus. Yes, $150,000 plus for a truck. Are those prices coming down? People need a truck to work, especially my contractors. People need a house to live in. So we need a home to be in. I'm going to go over some of the numbers, and some of the things that people are talking about are these interest rates are going to cause a massive amount of foreclosures. We're going to have to do this and we are going to have to do that, and people are going to have to take price cuts. But before we go there, let me go back to another aspect of it. People are talking about it's so expensive in California. There's so much of this, so much of that, and people are leaving the states in droves. Well, let me show you something. In California, between 2010 and 2021, and this is the U.S. Bureau of Statistics, and these are the areas that we work with. So therefore, I'm not going to tell you what the country is doing. I'm not going to tell you what the state is doing. I'm telling you where we work at, the areas that we're familiar with. So according to the U.S. Department of Labor and Statistics, the population of Orange County was 3,000,010, or actually 3,016,000 in 2010. However, we grew 160,000 people. So today, last year actually, we're at 1,168,000. So that's 3,168,000. So that's about $160,000 more people than we had 10 years ago. The other one, Riverside County. Okay, again, you think that the population went down? Have you been on the 91 freeway? People haven't. I mean, I haven't been speeding on it for a while, and we see more and more people on it. So in 2010, Riverside County had 2,200,000. As of last year, they have 2,459,000. That's 250,000 more people than we had in 2010. Now, if we're talking about San Bernardino is smaller compared to Riverside, I think. Not land size, but where all the people live. So in 2010, we had 2,040,000. Today, or last year, we had 2,195,000. That's an increase of excess of 150,000 people. So in San Diego, we had in 2010, 3,103,000. Today, or last year, we had 3,287,000. That's an excess of 190,000. So tell me, where are these people living? They're not leaving California. Of course, we do have people that are maybe leaving because whatever reason. But the thing about it, we also have growth, whether it be natural growth or people moving in. Let's be serious, though, and let's be honest. Let's look at LA, which is a little bit bigger. So the thing about it is, LA in 2010 had 9,822,000. As of last year, they had 9,830,000. That is a small growth, and that is 0.1%. That is about 8,000 people growth in a $9 million. Maybe that's where they left. 9 million people, that's what I meant. So the thing about it is, maybe that's where they left. But in Orange County, Riverside, that's where most of your homes are, we have a growth. So the thing about it is, also, the other thing about it is, we track where the money is moving. And we're seeing people coming from LA, which is more expensive, go to Orange County or go to Riverside. So within the numbers that I just gave you, if you take the counties, San Bernardino, Riverside, Orange County, LA, San Diego, there is movement among us. However, if you take the overall number, there has been a significant increase in the population growth in Southern California. I don't see that decreasing. Did they make those, if you sum up the numbers between Riverside, 150,000, Orange County, 150,000, 200 plus for Riverside, and another 190,000 for San Bernardino, and another 100 plus thousand for San Diego, that's over 500,000 people growth in those counties. Did we build over 500,000 homes?
Well,
of course we didn't.
Yeah,
we built a lot of homes, but not that many.
Yeah, we don't need 500,000. Maybe you need 100,000 homes.
Yeah, exactly. But that was the job growth. My point is, the people are not leaving California, and we have natural growth, and we have migration from within this country and out of the country. So the population is growing. Bottom line, we need a home over our head. So the thing about it, what is going to happen? The other concept of it is, so population is not decreasing. We are not going anywhere. We're just moving around Southern California, and therefore the demand is there. So that's what I wanted to address. I wanted to address that there is a growth in our population, so therefore there is going to be growth in houses. So are the houses falling? We're going to have a ton of foreclosures? That's where I was getting to. And the thing about it is that you know that there were 8.3 million people who went into forbearance. Of those 8.3 million people that went into forbearance because of COVID, because of they couldn't make their mortgage payment because they were sick, because whatever the reason was, those were the ones that got a helping hand, so they didn't get foreclosed. So a lot of the people are saying, oh, those forbearance people are going to get their house foreclosed, and we're going to have an opportunity. You're talking about 8.3 million people. Where are they going to go? Are they going to put them on the street? Not really. 94%, I repeat, 94% of those have exited the forbearance programs. They have either refinanced, they have found other programs, or they just basically paid off what they were behind. And the reason is that a lot of people took a precautionary step and they didn't know how COVID was going to affect them. So what is your biggest expense on a month-to-month basis? Usually your mortgage. So a lot of people did is, I'm going to be safe about this. I'm going to try to get this forbearance and stash cash just in the event that I need help. And what the thing about it is, after 2 years and all the assistance that was given, and the banks basically did everything to help people keep their homes, 94% of the people have already walked away from. There are, of those numbers, 394,000 that are delinquent. You're talking 8.3 mil. And nationwide, only 394 are delinquent. And only 94,000 of the 8.3 have gone into foreclosure. That is a minimum amount of number. If you're talking about is 94% worked something out, so therefore there's only a sliver of people that are basically into the foreclosure. The other thing is, if we go historically, during the peak of the Great Depression, Great Recession, we had about 11% of the homes were delinquent and the first lien was foreclosing. Today, it is a minuscule amount that it's not even reason to discuss. But I'll talk about it. Let's talk about it in in dollar amount, in unit numbers. We're talking about percentage, and when we said 11% versus whatever number it is today, you're talking about, well, what does it mean? In April of 2012, there were 12,000 homes in Southern California only that were in foreclosure process. You know what the number is today? It's a laughable 170 between LA, Riverside, Orange County, San Bernardino, San Diego, Imperial County. So the thing about it is, how are you going to equate 12,000 to 170? So the foreclosures are not coming, even if they are. One of the things the Fed is trying to do is they're trying to calm down our economy, tame it down a little bit. It's a little bit on steroids right now. So they're increasing the interest rates. But even then, it's going to cause some unemployment. It's going to cause some. But the thing about it is that 170 to 12,000, the Fed is not going to cause a recession. They're going to slow it down to a certain point, and they're not going to take it to this level where 8% unemployment or whatever. So the thing about it is, keep in mind, we need a home to have over our heads, and there is natural growth. So if there is some hardship coming along, it's not going to be as bad as some of the news outlets make it and some of the other people that are trying to do some scare tactics. If you can afford a home now, believe me, every time that you can get into a home, it's worth it. The people that purchased their home in 2012, they have a lot of equity. Those that weathered the storm and didn't sell, they purchased in 2008, paid $1 million, went down to 600,000. Some parts of Orange County had a 20-30% drop. Riverside had a little bit bigger drop. However, if they weathered the storm, their home is worth much greater than they did back when before the Great Recession. And one of the things I wanted to share, if you mind.
No, okay.
If you look at what I'm talking about is before the Great Recession, the average Orange County home was $600,000-700,000. As of September 2022, out of 1,900 homes that were sold, did you know that the average home sales in Orange County was 1.3 million? So we are going to have those bumps in the road. But the thing about it is, look at real estate as a long haul. It's something that you're going to live in. And those people that weathered the storm and either purchased or had their home before, they have tons of equity in their under their belts. So positive sign is, look at real estate in the long haul and build your equity at one point.
Okay, going back to and to add a couple of things about what you just said, there is a shortage of homes in California and nationwide. With the Great Recession and after that, the builders never catch up. It never caught up or with the construction. So, and now there is slowing down the construction. So we still have that issue. Population growth keeps going up. As Martin gave the numbers here local in California, it's happening through the nation, but real estate is local. So we can say what is happening here. And we know when they were talking today about the inflation 8.2 and the rents going up 7.2. We know that in Southern California, Los Angeles, Orange County, and even Riverside, the increase in the rents was much higher than 7%. And we here coming from a lot of tenants, how their rents are coming up. And sometimes they are receiving multiple increases instead one per year or something like that. Or even the landlords are trying to avoid if they are part of the rent control. They like kind of, I didn't hear about that, and they try to push their rent increases. So we know that. So there is a shortage of homes for sale and there is a shortage of homes for rent. So that is a reality. So our major issue today on the housing market is still a supply and demand. That's why we don't see a market to crash in the next few months. We're hearing, we do open houses, and there is this dreamer buyers that they come and think that the market is gonna go down 20-30% down. I don't know where they're getting the information, but they are not getting the information from an expert in the local market. They are not getting the knowledge agent on their side. So these people, some of them, they are paying $3,000, $4,000 per month in rent. And they have the money, but they want to speculate. But maybe some of these buyers, and we have few of them, that they never purchase. We follow up for years, and they're still renters. They miss one opportunity, two opportunities, three opportunities, and they're going to keep missing opportunities because now the interest rates are high. And we're going to talk about the interest rates now. We know, and we have been talking, this is no longer breaking news for anybody, that the rates are up. Now the 7% sounds okay. We're at 7%. So today, the Freddie Mac survey, it was at 6.92%. We touched base with one of our lenders, and he says, well, they are close to 6.875 for most of the loans, 7% for jumbo loans, that usually they are more, they have been more, I don't know, say lenient, but the rates have been like running behind. They have more opportunities. And they say that big banks have a different rate. So if you are a buyer today, thinking of buying, putting offers there, it doesn't mean that you have to go to the bank right now, but talk to different lenders once your offers get accepted, because there is competition among all the lenders, and especially the big banks, to capture their business. So good news for the FHA and the VA buyers. The interest rate is only 6%. So the ones that they are waiting for to purchase their first home, 6% is not so bad. That was in 2006. In 2008, like, the interest rates were at 8%. So nobody gets surprised anymore about the interest rate. So the speculation, I think, we need to move forward. So if you need a home to buy a home, and you decide to wait, it's up to you, but opportunities may come across, and you let them go. And we have seen even investors. I remember in the time of short sales that we call clients that we listed short sales, like, we have this property at this price, appraised at this, the buyer walk away, do you want to buy it? And I'm gonna forget one condo in Placentia for $196. Those condos are selling today for $550,000. My client said, well, the prices will keep coming down. They double the price,
Could I add something to you?
Yeah, you can add more. Come here. We don't need to.
So to that point, for those of you that, and I'll date myself, if you remember driving the 91 freeway towards Corona and Riverside, not that long ago, it used to have big display ads along the hill right over there by the golf course. And it used to be houses below 100,000. I mean, that's been a while. But the point is that back then, they were selling brand new houses, plus or minus 100,000. You know that the average sales price, and this includes used houses, old resales, of 2,300 homes that sold in the month of September. You know that the average price in Riverside is $640,000? If you could just imagine the increase, and it's not that long ago, I don't think it was that long ago that you had all those ads along the freeway on the right-hand side as you went into Corona. Houses for less than 100,000. And there used to be houses in Victorville, Hesperia for $40,000, $50,000. I'll give you 100,000 if you could find me a house in Hesperia that it's a brand new house for 100,000.
Well, no, that's
you're
a joke.
You'll not find it.
Yeah, that's a joke, by the way. Don't take it seriously, just in case there is something, a little piece of land over there with a dog house that they try to sell for that. So yeah, so there is hope in the horizon. The sky is not falling. There are going to be opportunities. We always love the winter market, especially for buyers. And I think this is going to be a very good winter for many buyers who maybe now have the opportunity to be a homeowner. So, and if you are moving up or you are downsizing, the same rule. And they always say, you buy low, you sell low. You sell low, you buy low. You sell high, you buy high. So it's the same thing, same rule here. The interest rates somewhere down the road will come down. When? We don't know when they will come down. But we know, and after today's numbers on inflation, is the fact that it's going to keep putting pressure. So the lenders that we talk, they say, well, the rates will keep going up, but at a slower pace. The worst is behind. So when we thought that 5% is going to be the paradise, well, now maybe 7% is paradise. So today we're going to talk about the city of Tustin. It's another beautiful, charming city that is Central County with about 85,000 in population. It's only 11 square miles, so it's very nice, but it's very cute city. I love Tustin. Only surrounding for North Tustin, Santa Ana, and Irvine. So, but Martin is gonna give you a big picture about it, and then we're gonna talk why this city is so sought after.
So the thing about city of Tustin, and I'll let Laura give you all the details this time. I'll give you the bigger picture. City of Tustin it's an awesome, a small city where you have Old Town Tustin, great charming area. It's got some older shops and some of the old timers for correction. Some of the people who've been living in Tustin for a little bit longer time. It's an awesome place to go meet, and definitely a lot of history there. You also have some of the newer parts of town along Edinger, and Laura will give you all the communities that they escape me at the moment, but that was built in the 70s along the Edinger and Red Hill, and then also around 17th Street and Red Hill and even Irvine Boulevard. There are some homes that were built in the 70s and 80s. You also have Tustin Ranch, which was built in the 90s. It was a master planned community. It has a distinct flair to it, but it's very highly sought after. There's a couple of multi-million-dollar homes along Tustin Ranch. And then as you come south, you have where the military base, the Tustin military base. And if remember the old times when you used to drive down on Red Hill, you could actually feel the wind from those helicopters, the Chinooks, when they were taking off. It made your car shake if you were driving along Red Hill. But since the military is gone, they have started to redevelop. There's a shopping center. The district is right at the corner of Barranca and Jamboree. It's a great place to, go shop. And there's a Costco, there's a Lowe's, and there's other stores there as well, theaters and so on. It's a good community there. They built part of the military base that is over by Harvard and Edinger. They have the Tustin Field, which is actually a Irvine school district. And then across on the other side, on Jamboree, you have some other, the Columbus Grove Park, Columbus Square. And that was 2000s. And then you also have some newer homes, and there's actually it's all part of the legacy. You have some brand new homes being built as we speak. In addition to, they're keeping the hangars, they're a historical landmark. There are several locations within Tustin that are great places. The Tustin Golf Course is a great place to go as well. So I'll let Laura give you more of the specifics. I just kind of gave you some of the general info, and Laura, come and finish this off with detail.
Yes, well, there are a couple of things that I want to add. City of Tustin is sought after because the prices are lower than the city of Irvine, and part of the city is served by amazing schools from the Tustin Unified School District and amazing school from the Irvine School District, like Foothill High is very sought after. Beckman, that is the school itself is in the city of Irvine, is part of the Tustin Unified School District. So those are very sought after schools. There are two very nice and very sought after schools now. One, they took forever to build, that it was to open up, because they use it for another purpose. Instead of opening the school, they promised Columbus Square that it will open Heritage Elementary as Columbus Square was built. But what happened? 2007, 2008, the Great Recession, they decided to use the school for something else, and the people of Columbus Square had to send the kids to other schools, private schools, other schools in the area, because they couldn't access Heritage Elementary. And at that time, many people were complaining and didn't want to go to Columbus Square because they thought that they will never get the school that they were promised when they purchased their home. Eventually, Heritage Elementary opened, and in 2020, Legacy Academy, Legacy Magnet Academy opened for the 6th to the 12th grade. Next year, they will incorporate the 12th grade. So, and it's a magnet school with focus on tide, technology, innovation, design, and entrepreneurship. So, it's another sort of after school. There are new communities that they have been built in part of the Tustin Marine Base, like Columbus Square, all Greenwood, and the communities, the tri-levels that they're along Tustin Ranch, that they're new, and now they are building the landing. So they keep, and eventually it's gonna get developed. But I think every time that they start redevelopment, the part of the land that it was never developed, we have a recession going. So, but at one point it will get developed. So there is, I think, a very small amount of land to develop in the city of Tustin. So when we're talking about also the builders are not building enough, LA, it has some land because it's a very big county, but the land is like going like Lancaster, Palmdale, going out, because everything that is more urban in LA is densely populated and densely built. So all the coastal that is very sought after, and the prices are even higher than the coastal Orange County. So there are not space, and this is happening now also with Orange County, where some cities they have less and less space to build. We have the cases like the city of Anaheim and the city of San Ana. What they are doing now is redevelopment. That is the next phase. When everything was built and everything is getting old, now we come to the redevelopment. So the city of Irvine still has some space to build, and they keep building, but that's why it's part of the shortage. So great schools for the city of Tustin. That is my last point about the schools, and the city itself is a great place to live. So Martin, do you want to add anything about the city of Tustin before we move on at the comparison for the week?
There's a lot of community in Tustin. As I said, going into Old Town Tustin, it's always great going into the barbershop over on Red Hill. You got some of the people that have been there for a while, and you know, it's nice to reminisce of how things have changed. And in addition to that, there's a lot of new growth that's going on. So love the community. That's as much as I could add for now. I'll let you continue.
Yes, well, today we're going to compare, because what you get for your money, the city of Tustin is one of the cities. And we're going to compare Anaheim, Tustin, and Riverside. And the inventory, I put a range between 780 to 800, and the total of homes in that price range are 44 homes. So Anaheim comes at the top with 24 homes available in that price range. Riverside with 19, and Tustin with 1. So Tustin, even though it's more affordable than the city of Irvine, is still, because it's small, there are only 58 homes available in the city of Tustin today for sale. So the inventory is not so big. So there is only one in that price range, and it's only a condominium in Tustin Ranch for 2 bedrooms, about 1,250 square feet, built in 1989 in Tustin Ranch, and the association is $260, which is very affordable, because now we are seeing the increases in the associations too. The next level of affordability is Anaheim. In Anaheim, as I mentioned, there are 24 homes. I was browsing around and trying to pick one that called my attention, and there is one at about 1950 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, with a lot of about 7,000 square feet, built in 1961 for just $799. So, but you also have 23 other options in different, newer, older, smaller, larger, depending on the size, depending on the type of the home. In Riverside, we say that in that price range, 780 to 800, we have 19 homes. You can get for $790 a detached home, totally single family residence, 3-car garage, over 3,800 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, lots over 7,000, built in 2006 for just $790. So this movement that Martin was talking about is regional or sub-regional, because it's in Southern California where we see people moving out from LA to Riverside County or San Bernardino, or even to Orange County moving to Riverside. One of the reasons is affordability, and second one is space. That this has been a trend since the pandemic, where people realize that the small place is no longer an option, that they are looking for more space at the home. Well, Inland Empire offers that. It has a cost, yes, it has a cost if you are living in another part of town, but talking to people that they commute, now a lot of people are staying in their house or working from home 3 days or 4 days a week. So they are okay to move in that part of town. So is that your situation? It makes sense.
I'm going to add two pieces that we, in our market, we learned about Orange County, and we discussed this is where we work. We also work in Riverside, and we look at what's going on. So I wanted to share something Laura picked up on too, on the Tustin. Some of the homes that are being built in Tustin. What's the new one that is being built on?
The Landing.
The Landing, it's condos attached, multi-level, tri-level. And the price points are probably a little bit higher than what she talked about. I won't scare you with the price. The other thing also is we were in Riverside. And a lot of the things that I told you that the average price in Riverside is $640,000. That's the average. That includes resales, and we were looking at SFR, single family residence. So the thing about it is we went over to Woodcrest, over by Van Buren in Washington. KB is building homes. Their $800,000 is starting, okay? And it's KB entry level. A lot of the things that you see in the models are not what's going to be included, but they're following the Orange County trend where the average lot size is 4,000 square feet. 44,000, 45, 4,800 square feet is what the lots. And they're following the Orange County trend. The Melrose was the total tax rate was 1.7 plus. And you had an HOA of 200 and about 210. And did you know that it's Riverside? It's a little bit warmer. It had no pool. Then you come down. Pulte is building homes over by Victoria Grove. Their starting price is going to be $1 million. So the thing about it is, just wanted to add a little flavor to it. Maybe they're a little bit, but again, you see that the builders, that's their starting point. Pulte over in Victoria Grove off of Sobrente and McAllister, they're going to start off at $1 million. By the way, we have a home there that it's already built, and it's a great deal. The other thing also is Woodcrest, if you're familiar with it, that is stone throws away from Moreno Valley, and they're selling at $800,000. So just wanted to throw that in there.
Why you don't talk about the opportunity knocks of the homes that we have available for sale? So
we have 3 homes that are going to be coming in. We have one in Victoria Grove that is $1 million, and it's over 3,200 square feet, and we have it at an even million. We have one over 4,000 square feet, 2-story with, it's got a big den. It's got a bonus room on the bottom that it could easily be converted to a great room. I mean, it could be a junior master in the downstairs. It has a pool, it has views, and we have that one at $1,099,000. And we have another one coming that is a 4-bedroom, 1-story, and it's about 2,500 square feet. And that one is in Eastvale, and that's going to be in the mid to high 700s. It's getting ready. So therefore, we have some great homes coming on the market and a great value. If you compare some of the prices that I just shared with you, these have the low tax rate, and if there is HOAs, they're either 0 or very minimum. And I think that's what I have. What about?
Yes.
What you would like to add?
Yeah, well, that's the opportunities we currently have in Riverside and Eastvale. And we also, our team has a wonderful end unit condo that unfortunately the buyer couldn't perform and fell out of escrow. It's a 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, close to 1,400 square feet in the gated community of Oak Creek in the city of Irvine. It's a wonderful opportunity. The price is $888. It's a wonderful, wonderful property. So if you are looking to buy in Irvine, that's the price. The ongoing price in Irvine is very, very good. So thank you so much, everybody. When you don't join me to say, I think we rounded up. We always welcome questions.